Welcome to the Last Co-op Podcast, your source of all things nerd and pop culture related, all in one place. And this is episode number 29, and we have officially entered the month of spooky season. So, throughout this month, the whole episode won't be based around that, but there'll be lots of parts that's horror related and the whole for the remainder of the month. But first things first. PlayStation, Verizon, and a bunch of other places were hacked yesterday. Yeah, yesterday or the day before, I forget. Um, and couldn't use anything for uh, hours. So I like to make jokes whenever the first world problems happen of the internet going down, of being on the Oregon Trail and how terrible it is. But yesterday, it truly was like that for me because I have both Verizon and PlayStation. And so not only did my cell phone not work for hours on end, then I decided to play my good old PlayStation, and that shit didn't work either. So uh, some people, for some reason, were able to play their digital games uh, that they downloaded. Me, I wasn't even able to start a game because it told me I didn't have a license for the
Same.
games that I was playing. So my $500 paperweight was just that. It was just a big waste of space. I couldn't do anything with it. Um, so this brings me to the point of, we've talked about it a couple times, but this is why digital sucks. There is there's not a good reason why we need to get rid of all forms of physical media, not just video game related, but in general, because in times like this, nothing works. And the problem is it happens too often. Like, I understand for every cybersecurity person out there, there's a hacker that's figuring out ways to break it. But I bet the White House's Wi-Fi never goes down. So,
Right.
there are ways that we could go about this and make this a little bit more secure. Um, but I mean, I don't think it's ever going to be invested to prevent these kind of things from happening. But yeah, just another reason why the all digital world is not quite there yet, to where we haven't had enough trial and error for this to be a
I'm
thing.
curious, what did you do to fill the time when nothing worked? Did you read a book?
Cry.
You just cried? It's like an old school
uh,
poop reading a book, man.
yeah, once my cell phone came back on, I got on the old Twitter because that's where the news comes from, and tried to figure out what was going on. And then apparently at like 5 a.m. or something, it came back, or 4 a.m. or something. So I mean, it was down for a
It's a while.
considerable amount of time. I mean, it was probably like 10 o'clock whenever it went down, and it was like till like 4 or 5 a.m. before PlayStation came back. So,
Jesus.
oh, speaking of, I don't know. Have you tried to play 2K since
I
then,
played last
Travis?
night.
Oh, okay. Well, some people, it was like resetting everybody's game share, so you would have to like go back in and log in as me and
Yeah, thank God that didn't
do
happen.
the yeah, do all that. So, but yeah, so it messed up a bunch of stuff. But like I said, I understand we're headed for an all digital world, but things like this are one of the many reasons why it's not a good idea. But so and I'm not getting compensated for the fact that I didn't get to play my stuff
Oh,
that
no,
I
never,
paid
dude.
that I paid a
Never.
license for. Like they're I'm even gonna get a $5 off coupon. Like there's nothing. So
No
I think
credits
you
in
get
the
something
digital
off
world.
your phone bill, don't you? Let's say you get like
yeah. Well, I mean,
$1 or something.
it depends on how long it's down. Verizon actually came back quicker than PlayStation did. So uh PlayStation was the one that was down for longer. I didn't really read into it. I don't know who did it, or anything like that. I did see on YouTube though. It just happened to pop up some little story I wanted to watch. I think it was YouTube. I don't remember. It was at the people that hacked Xbox like on Christmas, like 3 years ago or
Mhm.
something like that. It was a story about they actually went to prison. And so it
Imagine
was,
that.
yeah. So like but yeah, it was a story of them, and I can't remember what. I think it was just a YouTube video that somebody made, but I wanted to watch it just to see what happened. But
Yeah, I think I texted you Monday night, didn't I? Asking if your
you
PlayStation was working.
well, you remember? So it makes me think. You remember the night before when I text you all and I said try to download an app from the App Store,
Mhm.
and it was like 45 minutes. I'm like, well, was
Mhm.
that part of it too?
Mm.
Like, was
Probably.
Apple fucked and nobody, like, I mean, if Apple's getting fucked,
Yeah,
I
we're in
mean,
trouble.
we can't stop them. Like,
I mean, at
so
least your stuff isn't blowing up. You can at
yeah,
least say that.
yeah.
That's
Well,
true.
Samsung. So but yeah, I remember like I was trying to download something from the cloud that I'd already downloaded, and I clicked on it. It said 44 minutes and 17 seconds. I was like, excuse the fuck out of me. I was like, that's worse than cell phone service. So I was like, what? Like, I don't understand. And so I was like, oh, maybe it's just me. And then I, text you all, and you're like, oh yeah, it doesn't work. I was like, oh, I don't know. I don't know what happened. So, little side note that is really, I mean, there's really not a whole lot to talk about other than the fact that part of our review for this episode is Fortnite is crossing over with Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Saw. Now, the only way this is cool, which it's not going to happen, is if I get a chainsaw pickaxe to where I can eliminate people with a chainsaw
Hey, you might.
instead of hitting them.
Probably.
Well, I feel like you have to for it to be Texas Chainsaw, but
Might just be on his back, honestly. Is that back?
yeah, it's probably a back bling thing. I mean, if I can slice this Fortnite character in half, his Leatherface,
That might get me to play.
I mean, I don't know. Might have to play a little bit. But
Years ago, they were going to do it, and they had like a crack in one of the concrete, and there was like a red balloon, and the kids started freaking out. So then they had to do away with it. They didn't end up putting him into the game.
Oh,
And then so last year, was it last year or the year before, they added Michael Myers, and I was like, get it. And then like there's like a piano thing where like he's playing the piano to the tune.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. It's nothing like killing him and then killing somebody and then playing that tune or whatever.
Well, that, and if I could kill somebody and ride on a tricycle as Jigsaw, like that might make me play.
Probably one of the ones
that might make me play a little Fortnite too. But I don't know. And then this has nothing to do with horror related, but the Yakuza games, I haven't played them. I've always wanted to play them. You've played one of them, haven't you, Travis?
I don't remember which one, but it was awesome, man.
Yeah. So they're coming out with a Amazon Prime show. I don't know when it comes out, but I think it's based off of the Like a Dragon one or Zero, one of the more recent ones. And apparently the trailer looks really good. I didn't actually get to watch the trailer, but people are excited about it. And that game and the Far Cry games are two games that I've always wanted to play, but they just feel like such huge games that it's like almost overwhelming to sit down and play. Like if I would have never played Red Dead 1 and then somebody gave me Red Dead Redemption 2 and I opened that shit up, I'd be like, holy shit. I was just like, I can play Five Finger Fillet over here and poker over here, and then I got there's so much to do.
So much
but
to the game.
The fact that I had played the first one and like got a taste of that, and then like I was excited for the second one, made me not really care how. I mean, it's the same thing with Grand Theft Auto. I know that game is going to be bigger than any game that we've played up until this point, but that's not going to make me not play it. That's just because I'm excited and I've played all the rest of them, and so therefore I'm looking forward to it. But I don't know. We'll see. I think Far Cry 5 just came on PlayStation Plus games, I believe, or maybe 6.
I played about 3 hours of that game. I didn't finish it.
Well, I mean, Shocker. All right, so the review of this episode is sponsored by Travis, and he picked a movie for us to watch for each episode and give our thoughts. And so this one was Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's the Netflix one. I think it came out in 2022 or something like that. Apparently I didn't like really read like deep into reviews, but apparently people shit on it and we're not incredibly happy with,
as they do with horror movies.
with, you know, yeah, that was kind of what I thought when I read it. I was like, you know, I feel like you're never gonna make people happy, so it doesn't matter what the horror movie comes out with. There's going to be a group of people that are like, this is the worst one in the series. It's like, well, you said that about the last one. Well, I was wrong. This one's the worst one. I don't get super into horror movies. Like, you know, there's like the people that religiously watch them. Oh, wait, this way. Fuck.
Fine.
Cameras backwards.
Me
This way.
all day long.
Yeah. Then you got the people that, you know, watch them, you know, in October, you know, sometime around there. And then, you know, like people that have seen them, but like, you know, it's like, that's me. Like, you know, they're good watches for the most part. Like sometimes you watch it and you're like, what the hell? Like this is a little bit ridiculous. But this one, I mean, like it was exactly what you expect from a Texas Chainsaw movie. People died. People tried to escape. They got fucked up. They died by, you know, random objects. Then in the end, you think you're safe and you're not. Like, you know, that's just kind of the story with a lot of them. So what's your favorite kill from the movie?
Me or Jake?
Well, you've watched it 75 times, so you know.
Probably the last kill of the movie. Because the first time I watched it, I was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah,
did not see that coming.
When Melody loses her head.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that was
trying to spoil nothing, but sure.
Oh yeah, well if you haven't seen it, oh well, you know. Yeah, that was probably the best one. Or
well, you know what? Let me take that back. I like the handbrake, and he proceeds to stab the guy in the throat with his own bone.
Yeah. So see, back to my point of like you watch something and you're like, what the fuck? Like, you know, so like I'm watching it and like it was cool, don't get me wrong, but I'm like,
I immediately knew. It was like
that doesn't happen. Like, you know, like you just,
I mean, it is a movie.
Yeah, I mean, just yeah. Obviously, I haven't watched all of them, but I know that you had said bring in what's her face back for the movie just for her to get fucked up.
Pointless.
Was kind of a waste of time, you know. I mean,
pointless.
At least she provided the shotgun for the almost death of Leatherface. So, but I mean, I feel like
my favorite death was her Sally's. Well,
yeah.
I mean, I'll get into it. And
well, there were a couple there were a couple deaths where it's like they should have just died and it been done and over with. Like that death where she's in the fucking air with a chainsaw through her abdomen and then she's over here laying in trash bags. Like, oh, wait a minute. Like, you know, I'm like, no, like you're done for. Like the second that happens, and it
he throws her,
you know,
she goes
and then
50 feet away.
Yeah, like that. Just so now, one thing like this obviously didn't happen in the movie, but something that would have been really cool is when Lila was trying to run away and he threw the chainsaw and it like slid and spun across the ground and like hit her in the ankle. I'm like, chop off the fucking Achilles. make it interesting, but like nothing happened. Like she just fell down and then started to keep crawling, and then she took off running. And I'm like, you hit a chainsaw in the back of your leg, you ain't running very far. Like that's just
Welcome to horror movies.
yeah. I was just like, that's
not a lot of logic.
Yeah, you ain't going very far. Yeah, and then Dante that was bleeding out on the ground for 30 minutes and then suddenly woke up and he's like, "Oh, hey, I'm back. Let's go." I'm like, "No, you're dead. Like you bled out already, And then proceeds to walk 10 steps, with half of his face and then bleed out sitting there. And I'm like, this is a little ridiculous, but most of them are. But still, it's a fun, entertaining watch. And what was I know you got some talking points you're dying to add in down there.
We'll start with this. 9 different times that I counted, and it could be more, that they could have either hurt and killed Leatherface or just gotten away. And I'm just going to go right from the beginning. At first, I thought it was cool that you got to see his face. I don't remember. I mean, I've seen maybe one other one. I can't remember if you ever really get to see his face, but I thought that was an interesting concept. You see the picture, and then it was and then you see his face as he's carrying or holding his mom or whatever she is, and foster mom. But when the blonde lady, or the Dante's girlfriend, I called her the bimbo, is sitting inside the van. And I'm like, you're sitting there and you're looking at the sheriff. You're like, oh my gosh, I think the sheriff's dead. And his gun's right there. Just grab the freaking gun, dude. Grab the gun.
No logic.
I mean, so I'm not trying to poop on horror movies. Don't get me wrong.
No.
This is probably a 7.6.
It's easy to do.
I enjoyed it.
Easy to do.
I just was frustrated. Then he proceeds to Leatherface cuts his mom's face off. Also, spoiler alert, if you just want to cancel out this next so many minutes of watching, if you're wanting to watch this, I'm telling the entire story. Cuts his mom's face off. I'm like, dude, I mean, I know you're a savage, but now you're wearing your mom's face. God dang. Dante walking out, half a face. Hilarious.
Yeah.
I was rooting for the hit guy. Dude, he came in. I was like, dude, he's about to mess him up. And then his leg just goes in half. I was like, damn. And he's still going. That was probably one of my favorite deaths, too. Just the freaking shard right to the face. I was like,
oh, yeah.
And then he just proceeds to pound his face in. I'm like,
oh, yeah. When that part happened, I texted Travis and I said, now, if I could beat someone's head in with a hammer on Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that would make the game so much better.
Oh, let's see. Go back down. Who's the sister with the fro? What's her name?
Melody.
She was annoying. I mean, she couldn't get her soon enough. I was rooting for her towards the end. She redeemed herself, but she could have easily just grabbed the Hicks gun and then just shot him in the head, kind of thing. I mean, granted, these people don't know how to use guns probably, and it's a movie. Let's see, dude. So then he hits when she's standing at the stairs, and then hits her with the hammer, and she flies backwards through the floor. I'm like, dude, knocked out. You've been asleep.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. So as soon as the bus pulled in, when I saw the bus pull in, I was like, dude, this is going to be the greatest Chainsaw Massacre yet, of him just cutting people up on there. Mm-hmm. And then they busted out their phones when he gets on there, and I'm like, tell me they're all going to go live. And they were just like, whoop, just holding their phone up. I was like, that's a great
badass scene.
Oh yeah. Let's see.
The best kill on the entire bus is when I don't even know. I think she had a name, but I don't remember. It was the black girl that was like the one that saw Dante's face all fucked up.
Yeah.
And when she tries to crawl out of the window and he just cuts her in half. It's like that was, that, or when he's on Instagram Live where you see him cut somebody, he takes a leg and throws it over.
Yeah, he just throws it back. I was gonna say this is like a 2.5. This isn't like this. This is like the second one, like the 2.5 one. when he goes to like when they could do something to him. He just stabs him in the arm with the corkscrew, and he's just like, "Huh?" And then it's a whole like 10 seconds of just crawling out of the moon roof, whatever the skylight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, he could have easily just grabbed a retro. Okay, so they run to Sally. Sally then locks him in the back with the child locks. I'm like, dude, just drive away. That's another thing. Just drive and save him. The three of you are saved. You call in the National Guard. You call in, or you just nuke the town. I don't know.
Yeah, just get rid of it.
Yeah. Let's see. Sally shoots Leatherface in the arm. I'm only on number 3, and I have 9 of these. Sally shoots Leatherface in the arm. Then hits a chainsaw. It was really sick when he chainsaws her up in the air. I thought that was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And then number 4, Sally survived, then shoots him again. He runs away like a little girl into the building. 5, could easily get sister to get in the car and drive off. It's the 5th one. Sally gives a shotgun to the sister. She runs into the building after learning how to use a gun like 5 minutes ago. So she didn't know how to use a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see. So then she gets into the building, then shoots the chainsaw again. That was funny. Let's see. Leatherface. As soon as I saw the chainsaw laying on the ground, I think I skipped a part. Let's see. Okay, so where was it at?
I feel like there was a lot of parts that they didn't touch on in the movie. Like they like just random tidbits of information they just kind of threw at you, but like nothing, nothing really came of it, And like I'm not saying that they needed to deep dive into every single, thing that they brought up, but it's like, like the dude at the fucking gas station that calls, and all that. It's like, did he find out what happened, or is he just sitting over there just waiting, like, just
they could almost do like those kind of movies, like not a serial, but like the police come in afterwards and investigate it. Like, I know you're not going to find them, but like I would almost want that part, like the end of it or whatever, like something like that would kind of like settle it for me. I don't know why. When they pull up the phone, I started laughing so hard that I woke my wife up. She didn't continue to watch the movie with me, and we were both at like every moment we're just like, what are you doing, dude? So and this was like 10 o'clock at night, so she's asleep. So throws the chainsaw, hits the sister's leg. I was like, that's cool. So the wife's still awake from waking her up with a laugh. I lean over and say, I bet the sister freed herself and jumps on Leatherface's back. Boom. It happens. She could have found something else to hit him in the head with or something. Like, that's number 7. Like, you could have easily, just, I don't know. Yeah. So number 8, sister hits Leatherface in the chin with the chainsaw, then drowns. I knew that was
the Mortal Kombat uppercut.
Yeah. Just I'm like, dude,
I was going to say, why didn't we just go
get in there a little bit, dude?
This way.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we have to go this way? And we nicked him in the chin. It's like, yeah, but you had all this opportunity.
So then 9, and this is probably like the funniest part for me. 9, they get into the car, turns on autopilot. I'm like, you're asking yourself, like, I would be skedaddling out of that motherfucker. I would be all the way to the floor. I probably would crash, and and they go to right off in the sunset. Leatherface snags sister, pulls her out, cuts her head off. LOL. I laughed. It was good. And then like
man said LOL.
Yeah.
Hashtag LOL.
I'm not gonna lie, I was reading my notes, but it was LOL. And then the sunroof's like opens, like there's gonna be something with the sunroof because they hit it and they both look up at it like, oh my gosh, there's a sunroof. We get to enjoy the sun. And then like the sister's like, as the car is pulling away, she's like cutting her in half. She's screaming and oh no, and it's just slowly going away. And I was like, that final LOL.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Look, I fully expect these deconstructions for every movie that we watch.
Oh god, I don't know if I get 23 of them. I spent a good amount of time. So I was like sitting there. I got done watching. I was like, I need to put my notes in for this because I'll try doing some notes during it, but I didn't want to miss too much. And like, so I was sitting there just watching something else and doing this in the background. And I was just like, oop, I need to add this. Oop, I need to add this. And I forgot everybody's names. I remember like Dante's name and Leatherface, and that was about it. And Sally. But
So is
I
that
watch horror movies all the time, and I never remember the characters' names.
yeah,
They're just there to die, man.
so
Yeah.
is that the last one?
Yes.
Been
Mhm.
okay.
So
Are
on a
they-
scale of 1 to 10 chainsaws, where do we rank this, guys?
6.7 chainsaws.
6.7 chainsaws.
I really enjoyed it. I laughed. It was like the scare factor.
I
wasn't
will say
scary.
that, like, for somebody that doesn't watch them, it didn't feel like it was dragging on forever. Like, it was actually entertaining. Like,
it was very fast.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like what, an hour and
20 minutes or something.
Yeah, like 20 minutes,
it's
something
short.
like that. And so, like, whenever I was watching it, like, I mean, I honestly, I'm irresponsible, and I should have watched it yesterday, but I decided to try to fit it in before we started recording, and so I didn't think I was gonna have enough time to finish it. And like when I was watching it, like it was, I mean, like I wanted to watch it. I wasn't like, yeah, I want to turn this shit off. Like, you know, it was.
I can give you one you'll want to turn off within
Well,
20 minutes.
I'm sure there are some out there that, you know, well, I mean, it's like for me, like the Saw series. I know it's not like your traditional horror, you know, icon or whatever, but those movies were really good until I don't even remember how many they ended up making, but I think after the third one, and like I hate movies that when they start making them, then they like go back in time during another one. So like you got like 1, 2, 3, and then 4 takes place in between 1 and 2, and then 5 is now, and it's like that just fucks up the watching experience for me. But yeah, those movies were like really, really good. And then after a while, they're like, okay, yes, it's over yet. Like, you know, it becomes a little too repetitive. So, but
I
we
just ran through all those last year. It was daunting. I felt disgusting.
Is there 5?
There's like 9 of them or something.
Oh, geez, and we're on Star Wars levels now. All right, yeah. So my point exactly is there's too many of them, and that the same thing happens. I will tell you, I don't remember which one it is. You may remember which one it is, but the one where they're in the bathroom, handcuffed, and there's. Is it the first one?
Sounds like the first one.
And there's like the key in the middle or something like that. And like they're both chained to something. I don't remember.
Yeah,
like
it's the first one.
Yeah, that one was probably the best one out of all of them, in my personal opinion. So that one, or what's the one where the girl gets thrown into the big like
needles?
the big like square
Part
floor
2.
needles or something like that one. I read something. I can't imagine that it's true, but you know, like they said those were all props, but then somebody accidentally dumped real ones in with the prop ones, and that she like went in there. But I'm like, how you can't let that happen? Like that would be a giant lawsuit if that was actually real, to jump into real needles instead of,
I mean, who was it that just shot and killed somebody on set? I don't know how these accidents happen.
Alec Baldwin. Yeah. I mean,
just negligence, man.
It's just like somebody's dumping all the fake needles in, be like, this one says diabetes. And it's just like, we throwing those in too? It's like, no, fuck, we ain't taking those out. We just won't tell her. Like, I mean, I just don't understand how. Yeah, I just don't understand. I don't see how that could possibly occur. I guess stupider things have happened, but that just seems outrageous that would be a thing, and it wasn't a giant lawsuit with some type of production or something. But who knows? So leading from that, what is a horror movie that you would least like to be a character in?
I'm not going to steal your answer. You go first. Go first.
Hey, mine is Saw 100%. I don't want to play a game. I don't want to hear about. I don't want to hear about the poor choices that I've made and why I'm here, and try to figure it out. Like that's not something that I want to be a part of. Does anybody ever survive the Saw movies?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah,
they do.
Oh well,
put that on a T-shirt.
I don't like. But the thing is like they're so fucked up by the end of it. It's like, do you want to survive? Like, wouldn't it have just been easier
right?
if
what's left
like,
of my life at this?
Yeah,
point?
I mean, it's like somebody comes out and they got one leg and like their arms missing up to the shoulder, and it's just like then they watch whoever this person and this person died and they've been tortured for a week. Like, yeah, no, that's just I'd be a terrible partner, and one of the Saw, yeah, just being like, hey, listen, like we got to work together. No, fuck you, we are not doing anything. Like, I am leaving, you figure this out on your own. Like, no. So yeah, there's some pretty gruesome deaths in Saul, and some pretty crazy scenarios that I don't want to be a part of. Like, I don't get like the scare aspect, like the horror, like being scared part of it. Like that's not a problem for me. Like I don't get scared or anything about things like that. But like someone slicing off my leg, it's a problem, like
I think losing any limb, even a finger, just looking down and being like, that's my finger.
The nails getting pulled off in like interrogations. I'm like, oh God, no.
Yeah.
I don't even like stubbing my toe. Like,
it's worse than that. I think being waterboarded would probably be the worst way that you could probably. I'd rather somebody pluck my fingernails off than waterboard me to death. Like,
I'm telling on everybody in the first 2 seconds.
Oh yeah, I'm Tekashi 6ix9ine all the way. Like, if you, nope, sorry. Be like, hey, if you tell us about so and so, you won't be part of the game. Jake did it. Just like that's who did it.
I got video proof.
Yeah, but yeah. So for me, Saw 100%. That don't.
I think mine would be A Nightmare on Elm Street, just because you can't sleep.
Yeah, that would.
Can you imagine, dude, just being dog ass tired and you can't go to sleep? Because then when you do, you're getting tortured by that little fucker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean.
I think that would be mine. I was going to choose Saw, but you beat me to it. But yeah, I agree with you there. I'm not.
Yeah,
when I go to the grocery store
and would suck.
Yeah, go. You're going to the grocery store and somebody creeps up behind you, hits you with a needle, and you wake up in some nasty ass bathroom chained to a toilet, and like,
Are we talking about that or Dexter?
Both, really, I guess.
I've been watching Dexter. He creeps up behind people and shoots them with a needle in the neck, and they wake up in some very.
And they both target questionable people, right?
Yep.
Some of these people are making bad decisions.
I never really thought about that. That the whole theme. Well, I mean, not the whole theme behind Dexter, but the fact that he targets the criminals and the murderers and all that is kind of not a ripoff of that, but kind of along the same lines.
Just vigilante.
Well, Jake, where would you not want to be in the horror movie?
Probably Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I don't want that dude wearing my face.
Well, it sounds like that you've got it all figured out for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and you would be just fine there.
Listen, I don't leave the house without my gun. So that's just what it comes down to. This is what they say. They say you stay strapped, you don't get stabbed. So just saying.
What's funny about the Texas Chainsaw Massacres? He rarely uses a chainsaw throughout.
Yeah.
All
really?
Like,
I know. It's I mean, how many different things they kill people with? There's a bunch. There's a lot of glass cutting or cutting and stabbing and face impaling. A lot of glasses, but that's probably the most readily thing. Glass is breaking everywhere, but mean, he
Hey,
was
the
holding his
hammer-
own. He was getting it
The
done.
The hammer to Richter's head is probably
Just
probably
take
one
it.
of the best.
Well, before
But
we
then,
leave
like-
the discussion of horror, hang on. Let me pull the list.
Uh-oh, what is this list?
The next
This is-
movie.
This is not on the list of topics. What is the list?
So I was gonna do a Freddy movie, but I already told BJ that we would do that for his episode. So why don't we do Saw? Want to do the first Saw?
Well, isn't that? Oh no,
But
no, wait.
this
yeah, never
one
mind.
we'll be discussing on.
Yeah. The first Saw. What are Saw? Is Saw on anything?
They
I
were
mean, I
all
don't-
on Max or Prime.
I mean, I don't care if they are or not. I mean, I will pay.
Yeah, they're on Max,
so.
Max and Peacock,
Mm.
so they're
I
accessible.
see. That might be one that like I might watch all the way through, but and probably till about 5, and then I'll be like, "Yes, it's over yet." Like I don't want to finish these.
I stopped at Jigsaw, so I don't. I know Saw 3D is the last one. I want to say that's the 5th or 6th one, and then I stopped at Jigsaw.
It's actually like a cool story, you know.
yeah.
Like
I mean, they
it's,
tie it
it's-
together pretty well.
It's a little drug on, but I mean, overall, like it's a decent little story. So all right, so the first Saw movie, same time next week.
Same
So,
time next week, baby.
I expect 6 bullet points, Jake. By the
Only
end.
6? Only 6, or do you want more?
I don't know. I feel
we
like
stretched it out.
Yeah, I feel like I don't feel like there's a whole lot to pick apart in the first one. I mean,
Yeah.
there are things, but I mean, I feel like the first one, like, I mean, hell, that was when we were. I mean, I remember going to see that in the theater whenever I was a teenager. I mean, that
17 or
was
something, 16 or 17 probably when that came out.
no, that was. Hold on, it's got to be
I was 19 when I saw the second one. I'm pretty sure.
2004. Yeah, I was saying I knew it was a long time.
It might have been even longer than that. Then
Yeah. So I was a teenager
minute.
and went and saw that at theaters. I remember. All right. So let me see while I get this up on here. We are going to. All right, let me make sure this works right. We are going to be ranking chips. Let me get this stupid advertisement off of here. All right, there we go. So we're not going to be doing all these because I think, there's 97 of them.
Jesus.
So yeah, I was going to make my own list, but then I had to find all the pictures and all that stuff. So I was just like, we'll take some of these and put them up there. And, some of these, like, I've never even had, like, I don't know what this is. This Hawaiian, there's 4 different flavor, 5. Yeah, I don't even know what these are.
I have
So
no idea.
we're not gonna do this. So we'll just start from the top, go through, pick some of the ones that are good. So Cheetos, where do they belong? We're just
These
doing
regular Cheetos.
regular Cheetos, because
a hard
obviously these are not as good as the jalapeno ones.
what's
we'll
S,
let-
A, B, C, D, F mean?
So S is the best. A, B, C, D, F is for absolutely fucking terrible. This is where Arby's went on our fast food one, and I've got a chip that goes here too. So regular Cheetos, C, middle, like
C for sure.
If they're if they're there, cool. Like if not, I'm not gonna miss them. So these, I feel like we have to do both. We'll do Doritos Cool Ranch first, and then we'll do
Throw that some bitch up on that S.
up on S.
That's an S tier for me. I don't snack a lot, but man, I love those.
Jake, where you got it?
I'm not a Cool Ranch guy. I'm the other one. What's the other one? The red bag.
Nacho cheese.
Nacho cheese. I'm a nacho cheese guy.
I'll put it in.
I wouldn't say they're F, but I'm a nacho cheese guy.
So
You couldn't put anything else.
So S, A, and where are you putting it?
Probably a
He'd
B. I'll eat them. I just would prefer nacho cheese. Like that's just with like almost every.
All right,
Korea.
we'll
They
settle.
made like 15
settle in the
million of them.
middle then.
There you
So,
We'll meet
all
there.
right. So nacho cheese. You said these are your S.
That's supreme. That's for me. Personally.
So I put these at A too. I mean, I
I
like them
agree with
both.
the A.
Yeah, I mean, I like them both. I don't really know which one I prefer, to be totally honest. So which Frito flavor you want to do? You want to do the twists?
I'm a plain Jane when it comes to
Really?
Frito. Now,
Okay.
you all
Well,
like them.
all right. Well,
You
these are
choose if you want
going
to choose the other
here.
ones.
So,
Go for it.
all right. So,
Dude, high school,
all right,
I used
I'll
to
put
get
those at a
Fritos.
B.
at a B,
Dude,
Jake, where you got these?
probably right there, A or B. B's
A or
fine.
B? All right. Well,
B.
these are F, so I'll just bring them down to a C. So,
Oh, dude, I loved
yeah.
Fritos in high school. I'd get a bag of that. We'd had Subway. I would crumble up the Fritos on top.
Oh,
and
hell
just-
yeah.
We'll see
Dude,
now.
oh,
See,
man.
here's the difference. Now, there's chips that suck by themselves, and then there's chips that, if you change the way that you consume them, become very, very different.
Yeah.
To eat. Like Doritos, like these, for example. If you've never made a Doritos taco salad and put these belong above
Oh,
S.
dude.
Like
Yeah.
they're fantastic.
I mean, same with the Frito.
But,
A walking taco, dude.
yeah.
Fritos.
All right,
shit.
these Funyuns.
Oh, dude, that's S.
Okay,
Top tier right there.
Jake, please bring these down a little bit for us.
I got a bad taste in my mouth. It's a D. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
It's a D. All right,
I'm
D.
not
It is absolutely.
Oh.
These are absolutely terrible.
Put it up to C.
all
Give
right.
him a C.
All right, fine. All right, let's see.
Hold on, bro. We just skipping the chili cheese Fritos.
Oh, why didn't we do two flavors of the same one? We can. These are
No,
S.
you can leave them off. Those are S though.
Yeah, these are S. We'll leave them off. We already did.
They
the
smell like
other one.
feet, but they're such a treat.
Oh, absolutely. They smell absolutely terrible. All right. Barbecue Lays.
Oh, fire.
Have you ever put these in a bowl of popcorn?
No, but
Shout out
You
to my
have.
mother. That's how we grew up as a kid, and she used to put these in popcorn all the time. Fantastic.
It's
They're
going down
fantastic.
tonight.
They're fantastic by themselves, but you just sprinkle them all in a bowl of popcorn. It's
Just crumble them up, or you just eat them with.
No, just stick them in there. Put a couple pieces of
scoop 'em?
popcorn. Yep.
Scoop it out.
Interesting.
Yep. So S tier.
No,
I
that's
like
a
it.
D for me. I hate
A
barbecue.
D.
I hate barbecue.
Toss it on the D.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll meet you at a B.
okay. Do you want to do we do the classic Lays?
I mean, it is classic.
It's classic. Yeah, it's in the name.
I'm going B.
Yeah, B. I mean, they're both.
Yeah. They belong there. Let's see. Oh, these sour cream and onion Lays.
I'm throwing B too.
I mean, I would honestly like.
Eh?
Yeah. They kind of like. I mean, I'll eat them. Don't get me wrong. So probably a B, but like nothing. Like I'm like, we're at the grocery store and I'm holding 2 bags. I'm tossing those behind my head. I'm taking the regular Lays.
Like Leatherface did the arm. He's talking.
Yes, just gone. Just give me. I'm a plain Jane when it comes to that kind of stuff.
All right. So I was trying to see if they had. I don't see. Oh, here we go.
Those are fire.
S tier
Yeah.
chips.
Those are
S tier.
fire. I'm going to a barbecue house at a house, dude. I want some. Yeah.
What is that? Cheddar and sour cream or something?
Yep. Oh, you know what else? Original Ruffles.
Oh, dude, another barbecue.
You could.
Or burgers and hot dogs.
Yeah.
Shit, yeah.
Travis.
Eh.
No, we can't. We can't keep them at the S.
Too salty for me. Put
All
them at a B.
right.
We'll meet you at A.
All right. All right. So there's obviously way too many Pringles to do. So let's pick We'll do the originals, obviously.
I'm about to throw a hot take out here.
All right. What? Well, it's not gonna be a hot take. These are awful.
No, just wait. I put those at a D.
A D.
I love
Yeah.
Again, too salty for my
All right.
taste.
Well, so D. We can't put them in the middle. So
He's
it's
fine.
yeah. It's gotta
Go with
go.
the D.
Gotta go there.
Now, my hot take here is those Lay's stacks are better than Pringles.
I don't know if I've had a Lay's stack.
I've never had those, so I
You
couldn't
should try them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, these. Well, never mind. I won't say that on the podcast. These can be had after.
What is that? I can't see that.
The munchies, the ones with the thing that happens to you after you do something else. That
Oh, I don't partake in those activities.
I don't either. But like I said, these are fantastic. I remember
I've never had them.
when we worked at GameStop, go down there to the Dollar Tree, and this is what I would eat whenever I was
Slim Jims, man.
Whenever I was 16, 17 and working at GameStop. It's got Doritos, Sun Chips, Cheetos, pretzels.
Oh, so it's got everything mixed in a bag.
Yeah.
It's like an upgraded Chex Mix.
Gotcha.
It's definitely an upgraded Chex Mix because Chex Mix is.
Hey, Chex Mix is my dude.
Man.
Bad Gardettos.
Oh,
Shit, fire.
yeah. All right,
Shit.
so
Oh my God.
B, A, somewhere around there for me.
B or C for me.
Never had them.
I'm a Chex Mix guy.
Can
Can you go ahead and throw a Takis on F?
Yeah, which one do you
Oh,
want to
dude,
put? All
It
of
doesn't
them?
matter.
Yeah,
Just throw them
just-
all.
Yeah. So F. These are spicy cardboard. Is what these are. Styrofoam.
Yeah.
These are absolutely
Kids love
terrible.
them though.
It
Kids love
turns your
don't.
shit whatever color the bag is, and it's absolutely terrible. I don't. If
Speaking
you
of turning your shit colors, anybody going to get that purple Whopper from Burger King?
no, I did that one time. That was a traumatic
You get the black one?
experience.
I
yeah,
had the black one. My
Yeah,
poop was neon green.
yeah, that was an interesting experience. Yeah, these are terrible. I don't know what. Have you seen the Doritos version of these? Like the roll up,
Yeah, the Dynamitos
Whatever,
or whatever
yeah.
they're called.
like I don't know why you'd want to replicate this because this is garbage. But I guess for some reason they wanted to.
Is there any baked lays on this list? I don't see them.
Yeah, they had
Top
the
tier.
Lays.
regular ones.
Top
These
tier.
are the best baked lays. The sour cream and cheddar. I love sour
I've
cream and
those.
cheddar chips.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I've had any. I think I've had the barbecue ones at some point. Oh, here's another F. These are terrible. If you like
Oh,
these,
excuse me. Is that sea salt and vinegar?
salt and vinegar.
Oh, whatever. Yeah, that's an S tier, dude.
Oh, absolutely not.
Oh, you're out of your mind.
Jake, please help me here. These are terrible.
The only thing salt and vinegar belongs on is like fish or something. Like anytime I hear something with vinegar, I'm like, no.
All right, fine. We'll
chips
put them
right
at
there
we'll put
get
them at
you-
D. S
Those things
to
will get you
F.
right.
Yeah. S and two Fs, that comes out to a D. That's terrible. All right, so last two we'll do
Sun chips.
you
Oh my
yeah,
God.
you pick. Are we gonna do
I'll eat
the
any of the sun chips.
the Santina's Tostitos, or are we gonna or the tortilla chips, or are we gonna do the Tostitos brand? Because obviously we don't have the ones that are better on here. So
Do the first one, Santino's
this
or
one's
whatever.
all right.
I fuck with both.
Me too.
Or fudge with both. I don't know if I could say.
Now, I am weird about my tortilla chips. So since the good ones, like you said, are not on here, for me, this one's a C.
Yeah, they're decent. I mean, they're not good and not bad. I feel like the Tostitos, by the way, have like changed their the way that they make them because like they just seem so much more salty
They are
than
very salty.
what I remember growing up as a kid. It's like I mean, I can eat them, but like the last time I dipped some of these like in queso, like it was just so fucking salty that it wasn't good.
Gotta get up on them donkey chips.
That
That's where it's
or
at. Julio's.
what did I get? I got something that was like some restaurant style with lime something.
Oh, on the border.
It might have been them, but I don't
That's a
remember.
restaurant one.
They're
pretty good. They go if you leave the bag open too
The
long.
on the border queso, by the way, is horrible compared
bad.
to many other
The
things.
salsa is good though.
Mm-hmm.
All
All right.
This bang for your buck though.
Yeah.
$2 for one.
Hey, the salsa
Mhm.
verde ones, you can eat those by themselves. You ain't even got to put those in anything. All right, so sun chips, we can do both. We'll do harvest cheddar, and then we'll do the
Garden salsa's
the
S,
garden
dude.
salsa one.
No,
These are probably an A for me.
I haven't had those in a while.
And then the garden salsa ones are obviously an S, but yeah, A, and then S. Do we disagree?
Nope, I agree.
All
right. I don't see anything else on here that.
Hard for me to make them out.
Yeah, I mean, there's all the Cheetos, Chex Mix, Doritos.
Kettle chips are fire. I'm a kettle chips guy.
Are fire.
I don't know. I don't know the last time I had a kettle chip, to be honest. So
are those Miss Vicks down there?
Yeah. Oh, jalapeno.
Jalapeno. That's right.
Yeah, jalapeno mist. Yeah, those are S. Yeah, I don't think. These are terrible. The flaming hot lays.
Yes, disgusting.
Yeah, those are F. So yeah. Hot take, by the way. These are actually better than Doritos. Have you had these?
Retro bag?
No,
what is that?
This is the off-brand of Doritos, like the Kroger brand or the Walmart
Doritos?
Brand. Yes, they're called Doritos, but they're
not the same brand.
They're Doritos tortilla chips, but they taste like kind of taste like these, a mix between the nacho cheese and tortilla chips, but yeah, the taco flavor. But yeah, these, if you haven't had these, you should try these.
No, never had them.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, I don't think I think everything seems to be in its place. These are all S tier. These are all pretty good. These are okay. And this is when you start going downhill. I can't believe that you actually eat these, but just yeah. And Takis, my daughter's asked me to get Takis 3 times, and every time I ask her why, because she never finishes them. And
gross.
Yeah, absolutely worst chip. Like how? I mean, I guess it's just because kids eat these to why they're still in business, but like they're so bad that I mean, there's no person over the age of 18 that doesn't live in their mother's basement that actually eats these. So, it's just terrible, terrible chip. All right. So how do I get this off here? Stop screen. All right. Oh, you know what I just realized? Is that I put a completely different thing on the topic list.
It's supposed to be candy bars.
That will be next week. Sorry, guys. It was. I remember I wanted to do both, and I didn't read my list, and so that was actually supposed to be candy bars. So thank you for tuning into the completely winged segment of doing chips instead of candy bars. So we will resume the candy bars next week, possibly.
Spoiler alert: Butterfingers S.
Yes.
Oh, by far.
Well, you know how you go above the S tier with the Butterfinger is if you get the
Lay's barbecue chips.
No. The Butterfinger squares.
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
They go stale quick though. You got to eat those once you buy them. You can't let them. Like, we have a movie theater thing in our basement, like a little snack rack. And like if you sit those down there for too long, shit, gone. Just you put it in your mouth and you're just like, bleh. You just let it fall on the ground. Like I'll just
Here
go
we
ahead and clean it up afterwards.
I'll deal with that later.
Yeah, they're just they're so good. I have the bonus ranking thing though.
Oh
If,
yeah,
if you want me to
forgot.
save it, I could save
No,
it.
you can
It
do
could be
it.
something all of us.
We're only like 50. Yeah, we're only like
It's
55
something
minutes.
with the horror part.
All right.
So basically, this is for the bonus rankings is like a 7 thing of places that I don't go or do so I can prevent being dead.
All right.
1, serial killers' houses. Okay, don't go into a serial killer's house. Why? They're probably going to kill you. Abandoned summer camps. Duh.
Yeah, stay away.
I don't bring home Chucky dolls.
I do.
Castles when it's raining. Every horror movie ever, like Dracula's going to get you. Hotels with creepy managers. I don't watch random killer VHS Blu-rays. I guess nowadays it would be a video email, probably just to fit in with the times. And then I don't get too close to drains or reach inside them. So that's my tidbits to maybe prevent some of these little high schoolers / I don't know, college kids doing stuff. If you don't want to die in a movie, don't do these things. So I mean, I guess it kills the point of the movie, but yeah, that's my take.
Well, I mean, I think it's what is a movie franchise that you feel like, I mean, I guess accessible to all ages is not the right way to say it, but like people like that our kids would be into and we could also watch and it would be enjoyable for everybody. For me, I don't know if it's just like a fad thing or whatever, but like for the kids like around here, like it is for some reason like when like I'll take the kids and like we'll go on a bike ride or something, they'll see the storm drain and like, you know, my youngest walks over and she goes, "Oh, Pennywise, are you in there?" And you know, it's like, you know, like to them, it's like she's never seen the movie, but somehow could associate has seen a YouTube video or something that can associate that with being, you know, a horror movie. And so like obviously if she watched the movie, it might frighten her at the young age of 7, but I feel like
scares that,
yeah, but I feel like, you know, that is one to where
that's honestly a good one because
she could watch it and we could watch it and
yeah,
like it would be entertaining for everybody.
The characters in that movie are children, you know. She could relate, but I don't know. I've been watching some stuff with my daughter. She's 7, but Nightmare on Elm Street freaked her out. That was too much. So
yeah. Oh God!
I remember.
I can't even imagine introducing that stuff to my kids.
I remember probably
that's
the worst movie. I mean, I get it's not really a horror movie. I mean, I don't really. It's a broad range horror movie. I guess it's not really the point, but I was probably 10. No, I was probably like 12, which would have made my sister probably like 8 or something. And my mom had us watch. We all watched one night the Pet Sematary movie, and my mom. It had been a while since she had seen it, and she's like, "No, it's not that bad, you know. Like it's, you know, there's nothing really, you know, blah 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 blah." And so, like, you know, we all watched that, and then my sister wakes up the next day, and she's like, "That was a lot worse than what you told me it was going to be."
Zelda in that movie's terrifying.
Yeah, and so I remember that was the movie as a kid that we watched, the Pet Sematary movie that traumatized my sister for a couple of years after that.
Shout out Stephen King.
But yeah, I'm not one of those people that like watch horror movies and like have bad dreams or, you know, like, you know, anything like that. Like it just, no, I just never, I don't know. I just never did. So
now, you know, it's crazy. I can watch this stuff all day long, but like I'll get on Twitter and like for some reason there'll be a video of somebody getting slaughtered in my feed. I can't watch the real stuff. The fake stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fine, but
so
the
yeah,
real
like that's
stuff
the thing. Like
cannot watch.
I can watch all that, but like it can be something as simple as like some dude skateboarding on TikTok or something, and he falls and his ankle slaps sideways. I'm like, oh shit, my ankle hurts.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, I was like, oh no, I was like, oh, that hurts. So it is like
That phantom
I don't.
pain kind of kicks in.
Well, that
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
I don't know if it happened to you all, but like with my kids, my youngest used to have this thing for whatever reason where she'd be in the bathtub and she would stand up and I'd be like, all right, sit down, blah 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 blah. Well, instead of sitting down, she would jump and
my
like
God.
land on her knees, and it would just send shooting pains through my legs,
Yep.
which did. I'm like,
I felt it.
please, I'm like, please stop, please, you can't do that anymore. I was like, that's just so. Yeah, and maybe that's what happened to me and turned me into one of those Mr. Safety parents where they're in tumbling and doing back bends and shit. I'm like, no, we're done. They're like, why? That's fun. I'm like, nope, your neck's gonna snap. And I was like, we're done. I was like, we're not doing this anymore.
Got your daughter out there tumbling with a helmet on.
Oh yeah, 100%. So, we don't think that's. I think that's it for this episode.
My
No
wife just
collecting
messaged
update?
me.
Oh, your wife just messaged you too? Mine did
She
too.
said,
complaining.
"You still recording? Did you tell him how dumb that movie was?" That's what she said. She used a different word, but I can't use that word.
Oh,
So-
yeah. Did you put my what the hell? Yeah, and then she's over here. Joe, my wife texted me too, and instead of mine being sweet, she said it feels great outside today, but I bet you it feels better up north in Indiana. So
Oh,
I'm just like, yeah, all right. Well, I'm gonna tell her. I hope. Hold on. Let's see. I hope.
I assume this is getting cut out, right?
Never mind. We'll leave it alone.
Segue to a collecting update.
Yeah. So collecting update. Oh shit. Fuck it. I'll get it. Hold on.
We'll segue again. I got you. What word did she use? This is getting cut anyway.
Is it getting cut?
Yeah, we're
All right.
cutting this. Hang
What?
on.
No. What are we cutting?
We're cutting all this shit out. Y'all.
Nah, we'll leave it in there. It'd be fine.
All right, don't say it then, Jake.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So I got on Whatnot to follow the Pixel Game Squad where I bought my hat, and for some reason I'm not exactly sure why. Well, I do know why, because it was a game that I grew up with in my childhood, and they had a bundle of PlayStation 1 games, and this game was on there.
Oh
And
shit!
This game was fantastic when I grew up, and so they had it as a bundle, and it came with these two, or these games as well. So is Tom Clancy's Rogue Spear and 007 and Driver. I don't really remember playing. I remember playing Driver. I don't remember playing 007, but this game, I'm sure does not.
I was about to say, no way it holds up.
Does not hold up.
They look crispy though and clean.
Back in the day.
Yeah, well, they all came with the manuals and everything too. It's so weird that discs used to look like this, where they're just black. Like there's just
aren't some of them purple?
Yeah. Let me see if any of these are. I don't remember. No, that one's just black too.
I think the purple ones you could play the soundtracks like in a CD player.
Nope, these are all the same. But yeah, so I bought those. I was like, $20 or something like that. But yeah, other than that, I don't really got a whole lot of anything. I've been kind of lazy whenever it comes to that, and I still got to play through. As much as I wanted to play Zelda, I still have not started it. So I am going to. I think the kids are going out of town this weekend, so might have a ton of time to play it then. So we will see. But I need to start it. I want to start it. I don't know. I just have been busy doing other things, haven't been able to. But I got to at least play through some of it because next week will be when we review it. But yeah, so
my kids are going out of town all week. They leave Sunday and they come back, I think, the following Saturday. So I don't know what I mean. Freedom. I don't know what it's gonna be like. I'm gonna miss them. But I don't know. I'm just gonna I don't know what to do with myself because I'm off too. It's not like I'm going to work. So I guess it's just gonna be video game time. And I mean,
Did you ever get Texas Chainsaw to work? By the way,
I waited 5 minutes. I left the game because the guy was like, "Hey, because you're a 0 ranking, nobody's gonna want to join your game, so you have to back out." So when I backed out, tried going back in, it said you have to wait 3 minutes. So when I waited the 3 minutes, tried going back in, it put me into the same game, and I was like, "Those are the same names."
I feel like, I mean, is the player base that low already to where
I have no idea, to be honest.
I was like, so I don't know. Maybe I didn't do something right.
Well, no, I mean,
them taking it off Game Pass hurt.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. Yeah.
I mean, when me and Travis played, I mean, it wasn't like instantaneous to where people joined, but I mean, we were able to get games, for the most part. But I don't know. We'll have to see if 3 of us are in there, I mean, surely we can find.
Oh yeah.
A game. 3 or 4 other people. I would assume, but I mean, I don't know. The one thing I want to see is, what are you playing it on, Travis?
Xbox.
Okay. Do we own it on PlayStation or no? No. Okay.
No, it was always on Game Pass. So,
I want to see if, like when we record clips, PlayStation will let voice chat come through. So I wonder if we're all in game chat, if your all's voice will get picked up as well, because I feel like that will lead to some interesting clips.
Oh yeah. Don't go in there, bitch.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll have to see.
You're gonna die.
All right. So links for everything will be down in the description. Oh, and shout out to whoever our new fan, old fan, whatever was that decided to go through 20 plus episodes in the last couple days.
Monday was crazy.
Yeah, we went through. We posted, and somehow by the end of the day, there were 32 people that had just listened to the audio version and not counting the YouTube version. I feel like we're growing slowly. I mean, we were averaging like 20, 25 or something on an episode when it was just audio, and now we're up to normally like 50 plus on each one. So we shall see. We're obviously trying to improve things slowly but surely, trying different things. As you can tell in this episode, we were trying to do a ranking of candy bars, and we did chips. So it's a work in progress, and sometimes things go wrong, but we make it work. So all right, well, until next time, goodbye.
Bye.